If you like modern or sensual bachata, then this video is definitely for you. You need to know how to do isolations. And in this video, I will show you two different kinds that you definitely will find beneficial. Hello, my beautiful subscribers. Rasa the dancer is here, and today we're going to do some physical labor. We're actually going to move our bodies and do some bachata isolations. Now, what is isolations? First of all, it's for all. It's for leaders and for followers. Sometimes leaders, you lead it with your body, and sometimes you lead it with your hands or your legs. But as a follower, you're always going to be moving your body. So everybody needs to know this. And isolation is different than movement. Movement is anything that continues. It's always fluid. Something is always happening. Isolation is something that is sharp and it stops. So you push your body and then it stops. You push your body and then you stop. You push and you stop. If you push and continue, it's movement. So today we're focusing on two different kind of isolations. We're going to do forwards and backwards isolations. They involve chest and hips. And then we're going to do sideways isolations that also involve chest and hips. So no more talking. Let's go into action. Okay, so forward and backwards isolations for chest and hip, they usually happen in an angled position. Now you could be like this, you could be like that, it doesn't matter. If you would be doing a basic, usually you wouldn't start these isolations straight away. You would probably get into a shadow position or something like that. But for now, just to do some practice, we're gonna open one of our legs to the side. The other one is just pointing at you, the other one's pointing in an angle, okay? So if we're doing chest isolation, you need to remember that we are high up and the knees are whether straight or pretty straight, yes? If we're doing hip isolation, always remember, it's always low. Never bend where it's uncomfortable. So it's never so low that your body starts going forward. It's soft knees. It doesn't have to be low because when we're going to do them faster, the linking process, it takes time. So the smaller low you are, the actually more comfortable you're going to be. So chest isolation straight, hip isolation low. Right? So if we start with the chest isolation, we're going to push our chest forward, which happens through the lower back, and our shoulder blades moving a little bit backwards at the same time. Then I'm going to push my chest back in so my shoulders relax and they allow that transition to happen. So basically you push forward, you push back, you push forward, you push back. My weight is a little bit more on the front leg. My weight is a little bit more on the back leg. Yes? Shoulders. Little bit back, little bit front, little bit back, little bit front, but most of the movement happens lower back and center, lower back and center, okay? Now, as we do the hip isolation, we soften our knees. Immediately, my heel is off the floor. I'm using the ball of the foot here, but the other one is nice and comfortable. So now, the hip is already a little bit arched. If you're sitting like that, it's already a problem. So the hip is always a little bit arched, whether you're leading or you're following. So then the hip isolation is basically pushing your hip forward, the pelvis, without coming up. So I push forward and then bring it back, push it forward like a little contraction, bring it back, forward, bring it back, not up. Everything stays low. It's like Michael Jackson, forward and back, okay? So then when you combine it together, then you have chest, chest, hip back, hip forward, chest, chest, hip back, hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you're practicing, the most important part is to understand where you are. If it's chest, knees straight. If it's chest, knees straight. If it's hip, knees bent, if it's hip, knees bend. And then try it faster every single time so that you could get more comfortable with the movement. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be correct. And then you can play different rhythms. You can go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, or you can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, all kinds of things, right? But focus first on whether it's high, low, and to understand where the isolation is coming from. Less is more. Accuracy is the key. All right, so now let's do the side isolation, okay? We're gonna start exactly in the same position. All of these isolations are technically important, but the way we put them in the partner work, it's never-ending possibilities. So don't worry about how you would actually apply it, but just worry about actually drilling the technique. So when you're in the class and you actually do need to do it, you understand how to use your body. Yes? So we have the same position here. And now this isolation, we're going to start from a body roll. So first, we're going to straighten our knees. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to release everything down. So this isolation here, now my hip is back like we did before, but we started from chest upwards, right? And now as I start my hip, I'm gonna twist my toe a little bit in, and my hip, instead of going forward, is gonna end up going to the side. And I have a little contraction there, a little stop. So I don't go side all the way, side. I kind of stay still on spot. Then I use my body and I take it through my waist to the side. Then I bring back my body, side, and then I bring back my hip, side. And I continue the ratio. Side, bring it back, right? So now, instead of everything going forwards and backwards, everything goes like a zigzag this way and then this way, right? So I have a sitting position. I did a body roll. Breathe in, relax, okay? I twist my toe to angle my hip position and I lock. So then my rest of my body can travel. Then I bring back my body and I release my hip. So the hip is a little bit lower, chest is a bit higher, hip is a bit lower, right? So with the timing you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Of course, again, as I say, in bachata, when your legs are static, you could do any kinds of timing. You could go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So it never ends, right? But again, the important bit is the technique, the positioning, and learning those bits in your body, how to isolate. It might take a little moment whilst you're practicing, but if you start slow and you focus, I'm sure you can do just great. And now, let me show you how it would look, for example, with the music.
Me lo muestra en privado. Ella sabe los truquitos pa' dejarme enganchado. Frente a la cámara como un loco enamorado. Hola, privado. Ella me mira noche y me lo muestra en privado. Un tesoro que ella tiene muy bien guardado. Cada noche hacemos travesuras y en privado. Y a mí me encanta lo que veo. Me encanta lo que veo. Siento que se aceleran mis deseos. Es que ella tiene eso perfecto, un cuerpo tan perfecto que en verdad yo me la...
I hope you found this useful. Every time I'm teaching in my classes in London, I can see people struggling and I can help them, but then I also want to help more of you. So this is what the channel is for, to make sure that you can learn even a little bit, little details here and there. It makes a difference, right? And leave a comment, guys, if you want more videos like this, or if there's something specific that's bothering you, leave a comment and I'll make sure to sort you out. You can also, guys, join in my live classes. I have them on my website, dancewithrasa.com, and we focus on a lot of technique and a lot of detail. We have an amazing group of followers there, and we're doing a lot of beautiful things, including body movement. So if you're interested, go to dancewithrasa.com. And now, subscribe to this channel, and I'm gonna leave you with other videos where you can learn body rolls and body waves. Guys, thank you very much. Kisses for you. Mwah. See you soon.